And then there's his lunch. Very cute. What do you think your new shoes are?
Awesome!
Derek's got his shoes. Headed to the outlet on our way to Auntie Wendy's.
And also I got really fast shoes.
Yes, very fast shoes. What'd you get?
A carrot.
Yum.
Did Auntie Wendy give you a carrot?
No, I pulled one out.
Did you pull one out?
Yeah.
You picked it yourself. Are you going to eat it?
Did you get permission to pull it out at least?
Well,
Uncle Mark asked if they wanted to go pick carrots.
Okay.
Alright, I'm eating it.
You want to eat it?
I would maybe wash it off first thing.
You want to eat the dirt?
It's got dirt on.
You love picking carrots at Auntie Wendy's, don't you? Yep. So I'm starting to work on the boys' lunch. Sorry the lighting isn't going to be that great in here because we got home really late and so the sun's down. I usually try and do this when the sun is around so you get better lighting, but you'll still get the idea. I already planned out what I want to do for their first lunch. I don't always make like big plans for the lunches that I do, but tomorrow is the first day of school, so I want to make it really fun. My first tip for doing bentos is choose either one fruit or one vegetable that you're going to eat throughout the week. It makes it way easier for packing the lunches, or you just have one or two. I'm going to do a couple different sandwich styles here. So Zarek's, I don't have a big K for him, I only have a little K. I still want to make it a little more fun than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make his sandwich heart-shaped, and I'm just cutting out the heart shape, which this actually works out well. Zarek will not eat crusts right now. Zane will eat the crusts. And then I'm going to put a K right in the middle of it. And with these kind of cookie cutters, you do have to kind of flatten it out a little bit. Kind of rub it back and forth on the cookie cutter to get it really out. And there you go. And so now we have a piece of bread with a K cut out. So that's Zarek's. Zane's, we're just going to put a 2 on it. Press it down. Slide it back and forth, make sure we get all the way through, pull it out, and we have a 2. You can save the extra pieces of bread if you want and use them for different things like breadcrumbs. A great way to save them is to put them in a baggie and put them in the freezer. So here's Zarek's sandwich base. Now I'm going to put peanut butter on it, adding the peanut butter to the base of his sandwich. For the jam, I'm flipping over the K, adding the jam to this part of it, and just lightly. I could probably just skip the jam, but for me, I find it too sticky and hard to eat. He probably wouldn't mind. You may be wondering, what are we going to do with that big hole though, right? So make sure your jam doesn't get into the hole, so it doesn't change the shape of the bread. I'm going to flip it over onto the sandwich. Just like that. You may want to flatten it in, get it all sticky, especially the edges of the K. We're going to add some sprinkles in there. Get them kind of in there. I'm going to use this piece of bread. And there we go. Add them in there again. Kind of press them in. And pull out. There you go. So there's going to be Zarek's sandwich. K for kindergarten. Now that we've had our sandwiches, we're going to start working on our veggies and our fruit. So let's start with Zarek's. So I cut out these cucumbers really nice and thin. And then we're going to cut out our K's. And you could actually do both of these if you wanted to do them in the thing. Or you could even just do these on top. That might be actually what I do because these cucumbers are a little wiggly for the K in the middle. So, I'm going to add these to his lunch. So I'm going to put in a K, a regular one, K. Now let's do Zane's. So there's the 2 for his. You just poke it through. Now see how it didn't come out through here very well? So it is good to have a little sharp knife to get them cut well. Zane's, I'm probably going to go ahead and just put the 2s in his. I'll put a couple carrots in the bottom and then put the 2s back in the top of those. So far there's Zane's. Now we're going to do the watermelon. Now, I'm warning you, I did not test this out. I do not know if this works. I cut a very thin slice of watermelon and I'm going to start again cutting out numbers for them. Now Zane will not eat the seeds. So I have to make sure none of the seeds are on here. Even the seedless watermelon, he's picky. If I cut like a zillion 2s out, I could do that, but it's gonna take me forever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the 2s in with some grapes and almost make it like a fruit salad. Especially for Zane, since I would have to pull out every single seed out of these. Now see, I didn't even cut this quite as thin as I needed to for these cookie cutters. Another 2. I'm starting to get used to Zany eating more. He's getting older, and so I'm going to add a cheese stick in here also for another protein for him. And so there's going to be his first lunch for school as a 2nd grader. So the K's are breaking as I'm doing it. So I'm going to put some of this extra watermelon in here. Kind of make it like a salad. And then what I'm going to do for him is just put a K on top. Okay? And then there's his lunch. Very cute. And I think they turned out good, and I think they'll enjoy them tomorrow. I will be putting an ice pack with these just because of the watermelon. I want to make sure it stays cool. I don't necessarily always put an ice pack in, as the thermal containers usually do keep them cool enough for them.